and welcome, and I'm Auxillia, and today we are going to look at the Auxillia and whether or not they are they're not a decently priced army. I'm trying to work out a way of being positive about this, and I can't really see a way. I'm sorry, but I was just looking at it, like the first main, like your troop choice for Auxilia is a £90 box for 20, and that works out at like 1.2 points per pound. That's like such a low point value. And they're not even that good. And I'm trying to work out a way of being positive about this. And then I was looking at like the Villatoris, and they're 1.7 points per pound. Again, incredibly low. I mean, it's not as bad as this land speed of Adeptus Custodes, but yeah, it's still low. And I'm trying to be positive about this. I'm trying to make a way of doing it well. But it's really difficult. So I apologize beforehand. But I'm going to try and get through this video and talk about the Solo Auxilia and good points, bad points, and price and everything else. But yeah, this is not going to be a positive video, you guys. I'm really sorry. Anyway, to begin with, after that little bit of rant, there of course I am using the Space Marine standard for Horus Heresy. Now, Space Marines are very common, and the game is basically based around them, and that is the basic points per Space Marine model for your tactical squad. It's 4 points per pound. So that's the baseline we're using here. So yeah, we're starting on a bad foot with the basic troops. Even the HQ choice, which is £79 for 105 points, or 117, and it works out at 1.4 points per pound. So straight away, you're going to be spending at least 3 times the amount when a Space Marine army just to do an equal points value. And that's just for your basic troops, and elite, and your HQ choices. That is just honestly, I think that's appalling, to be honest with you. However, you can use Leman Russes. This is one of the few bits which are actually pretty good. That's 200 points for a £40 model, and that means that is 5 points per pound, making it better than a Space Marine, which is pretty good. And of course, it is plastic, which makes it even better choice. And you can use plenty of them for your army. You of course also got for an elite choice the Shower Knight Ogwyns section. Now, there is of course the actual Shower Knight Ogwyns for Solo Auxilia, but I'll be honest with you, if you're going to be using Ogwyns, use the plastic ones. They works out so much cheaper than your, the Forge World models. The plastic ones are £37.50 for, the basic ones, and you got the £81 ones from Forge World. So just kit bash the plastic ones because it works out a lot cheaper, and points per pound wise, it's almost double. Actually, it's better than double the value. It's 3.2 pounds per points per pound for the plastic ones, and 1.4 for the Forge World ones. So I'd definitely go with the plastic ones. Kit bash them to have the Void Armor and the Shower Knight Claws. Easy enough kit bash, to be honest with you. And that would be what I would do. And save yourself some money there. Again, like the Leman Russes, use plastic rather than the Forge World. And the same goes for the Basilisk. Well, yes, the Solo Auxilia Basilisk is of course on the Leman Russ chassis, but the Chimera chassis was available back then, and I would use that plastic one again to save yourself some money in your army. Now, here's how much difference it is. The Forge World one is £77.50, and that is 2.58 points per pound, compared to the plastic one, which is 5.3 recurring. It is such an that's better than half price. You could get 2 basilisks for the price of one Forge World one, and that's the way I would go, because 1, I'm really cheap, and 2, it seems to be the better option. Now, as for going for this one, like looking at Solo Auxilia, this was absolutely depressing. Things like the Aurochs, £75 for a troop choice. And of course you got the new lighter, which was disgustingly priced. I hated that. In fact, it went up price for no apparent reason. So I was thinking, what would be a good way of saving money? Now, one of the best ways is actually looking at the kill team and kit bashing that. Now, the kill team has a very good box for Solo Auxilia. Well, there's 2, if you don't mind putting the work in. Now, the first one is the Navy Breaches. The Navy Breaches look very much alike the actual, Solo Auxilia models. And they actually, I was just looking for it, they actually have better starting resemblance too. the Manichaean Commonwealth cohorts. So there you can use them, and this actually does is it's not that good. It's still pretty low because they're £37.50 a box of 10, and they take work, but it brings it up from 1.2 points per pound to 1.7. So you're making a 33% saving. I mean, at least you only need twice as much money to spend on a Space Marine army. The other one is the Lucidian Star Striders. Now, this box can be wrangled its way up to around about 248 points, and this brings it up to a great 6.6 points per pound, which is it's very good, and it definitely brings up a lot of the others. But however, the amount that you'll be paying for everything else, this may be of little consequence. I mean, unless you're going to do a very heavy army with lots of Leman Russes and Basilisks, you are going to be paying out a lot more than your Space Marine counterparts. Which is kind of a shame, to be honest with you, because so many great models are here, and it's just a very expensive army to do. I know people go, well, it's Forge World, or was Forge World, so that's the excuse. I kind of disagree, because this is one of the few places where I've seen resin at this price. As other shops and other companies, obviously, which do resin models too, but to have this sort of vast price range between the plastic and the solar Auxillia and the resin is so insane. I wanted to be really positive about this, and I want to talk highly of it, but when I see a very low point army unit such as the last rifle section costing £90, it kind of makes me upset. I don't like it, and when we look at the equivalent, you're paying £15 more than your regular guardsmen. So even guardsmen are going to be bad, but not as bad. And with the Imperial Militia, at least you have that combat patrol box to fall back on to save yourself some money. Whereas Solar Auxilia has none of that. It doesn't have anything you can go, well, at least I can use this box instead. It's like, well, no. I mean, you could use things like the Caden Castellan if you want, convert his head. I would go as well as say, well, personally, if it was against me, I would say even with Tempestus Scions, or that would be a good way to convert some of those into your Solar Auxilia, again, to save some money. They are one of the cheapest boxes at £27.50, and if you turn those into your everyday last rifle section, you will save a lot of money. It's a £55 for 90 points, and it's not gonna be great. It's 1.6 points per pound. So yeah, honestly, it's such a shame that they are such a high price for such a low point army, and it does seem a bit weird because the Custodes. Okay, it's not that weird, but to be such example would be, of course, if we use the Custodes. The Custodes are 3 times the amount for half the price. That is such a gap between the two. It's almost unbridgeable. But I hope we do see some of Solar Auxilia come out in a plastic, but I can't see the prices, changing that much to make up for it. You probably still get the very much, about 2 points per pound. You're still going to spend about twice as much as a Space Marine player. It's a bit of a shame. So, Solar Auxilia, are they worth the money? I honestly don't think they are. I think they are really expensive. I think they're overpriced. You may do well with a heavy artillery army with lots of Leman Russes and Basilisks, and converting some of his kill team units and some Tempestus Scions. That would be the best way to save your money. However, outside of that, no, it's just appalling. I do apologise. I wanted to be a bit more positive with these army things, but when it comes to things like this, I don't like it. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoy this video. I'll see you all again soon. I did want to go more in depth, but honestly, it hurt too much. It really did, because I want to be positive. I want to, get people into the hobby. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you all again soon. Links to Wayland Games down below if you want to save money on your Warhammer, and it's up to 20% off, and free delivery after £20. And there is Forbidden Planet for your comics, geeky stuff, and everything like that. And then there is my comics, my merchandise as well. That's down below. And there's Patreon. But as always, just please kick one of the winks, get yourself something now nice, and then we both support, we both win there. You're supporting the channel and you're getting something nice out of it. Thank you very much for watching. Have a great day.